Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at from Transformers 1. This is the Brave Commander Optimus Prime. Now this was just released this past Friday in Japan, September 13th. I just got it from Amazon this morning and onto my workspace here. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. This guy's an absolute beast. Tons of gimmicks and features. So yeah, Takara Tomy, Transformers down the side, Transformers 1, there he is in the packaging. A close-up shot of the toy there. Transformers 1 Brave Commander Optimus Prime. Now on the left side you do see what he comes with. He comes with his Energon axe, the energy cannon, the matrix, and probably the coolest feature I think is the face change where you can take on and off the mask. So very, very cool. On the top you just have some of more images there, Transformers 1. On the side you do have the up close up Prime, the fist there, and the Autobot logo. As usual, product info on the bottom, and then you have your group shot of the 4 characters from Transformers 1. And then on the back is where we see our product images and all the gimmicks. So we got face change, mask on, mask off. Next we have the energy cannon there in robot mode. And the picture of the toy there in robot mode. You have the matrix, holding up the matrix there. And then the vehicle mode there. And then you do have the energy cannon in vehicle mode. And then what the set comes with, the figure, the axe, the matrix, and the instructions. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this beast out of its cage and see what this Commander Class Prime is all about. Okay, so we got Brave Commander Optimus Prime out of the box, and before we get into his details, which he has a ton of, let's get the accessories out of the way. The first thing is obviously his Energon axe, just done in a blue clear plastic, but it's got some nice detail on it, and it feels pretty solid. Just showing you a just size comparison of what came with the Deluxe class. That is the Deluxe class Energon axe and the new Brave Commander. And obviously he can just hold it in either hand. It works just like any other Energon axe we've seen. And there are pegs on either side. And there is ports, there are ports on the back. So you can just store that in robot mode like so. So that's very nice. Weapon storage, always a very nice thing. And it did come with this sort of backdrop here, which is very, very cool. The second and probably most important accessory, of course, is the Matrix of Leadership. And I really like how this is painted. It's done in a sort of bronzy gold with a nice clear blue plastic in the middle. And the way you put the Matrix in is basically just lift up his chest. This kind of splits in half in 2 pieces like that. And there's a peg in there. Not too much detail inside there, but this just fits right in like that. And we'll just snap in like that, and then you can just close these windows, and I'll just leave it in there for now. But it's very cool that they use a clear blue plastic so you can actually see the matrix in there. So that is about it for the accessories. Let's get into this guy's details and gimmicks and play features. Okay, so there are 2 main gimmicks for this figure. The first is the mask on, mask off, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. This actually kind of blew my mind. Basically, you have the mask there, and this part, if you push up on the crest there, his face will come up, and then as you might guess, this thing turns a 180. So you can just turn the face 180 and you can have the maskless face and just push that down. And there you have a smiling Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. I thought that was absolutely genius. So very, very cool. Again, if you want the mask off, like that. If you want the mask on, just lift up his head. That'll turn a 180. And now we have the masked Optimus Prime. So very, very cool. Now, the second feature is the, what do they call them? The Energon cannons, which kind of come out of his arms here. So if you go back here, there are 2 little switches. There's a switch there and a switch there on either side. And if you push these up, a cannon will, let's see if I can do it from the front here. So if you push these up, yes, the Energon or energy cannons deploy from his arm. Same thing here. Push those up, boom, you get little cannons coming out the side. Now this works in vehicle mode as well as robot mode, so very, very cool. Now getting these back is a little bit tricky. One more thing is this backpack kind of comes unclipped a lot. Anyways, my fingers are way too fat to do this, but basically you want to wedge those back in there, and then the arm will just, boop, kind of snap back into place. Again, to put it back, just kind of get your fat fingers in there, and then the arms will snap back, and there you have him back in his sort of neutral pose. Again, one more time. Boom and boom. So very cool. Okay, let's get up close on this Brave Commander Optimus Prime, starting with the head sculpt. The head sculpt is very, very nice. I really like the way that came out. I love the blue that they used. It's a very nice sculpt. You get some nice silver detail on the crest and the mask. And you get some nice blue eyes there. Going down the figure, the translucent blue plastic here with the matrix behind it is very nice as well. You get some nice silver and yellow paint there. You get some gunmetal gray for the lower abdomen there. Some nice sculpted detail. Another splash of yellow paint there. I really like how this arms are sculpted and the real beefy smokestacks on this figure. And the plastic feels very premium. It feels very nice, heavy, very solid, very chunky. There is some really nice detail going on the waist. I really like how they didn't sort of have that diaper effect like they did with the Studio Series. There is some nice sculpt work on the forearms there. So going down on the legs, again, some nice line work there. And you see some really nice gunmetal gray and silver detail on the shins there. Turning it to the side, again, some really nice detail there. Some silver paint highlighting all that. And down to the feet, nothing really special at the feet. It's kind of run-of-the-mill Prime feet, I guess. But yeah, some really nice detail and just feels really nice. He does have a little bit of a backpack, but, you know, so does Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. And that is how he looks from the back. So you can see the wheels there, and that is about it for the robot mode. So yeah, anyways. Okay, comparison time. So how big is this Commander class Optimus Prime? Well, on the right is the Transformers 1 Deluxe class Optimus Prime. So he's maybe about twice as big, I would say. And for a Commander class comparison, here is Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. So you can see how big this Brave Commander Optimus Prime actually is. Brave Commander Optimus Prime is loaded to the gills with articulation, so let's get right into it. First, let's start with the head. The head is not as articulated as I was kind of hoping. You do have the ball joint there, which if you lift up the mask, you can kind of see the ball joint in there. Now, his head does go up to about that far. If you push it anymore, this plate will kind of pop up, so you want to just be careful. And it can go side to side. It can get it all the way around, but it does get hindered by the backpack. I kind of wish there was a little bit more articulation in the head, but the arms can go all the way around. And it has a crazy shoulder hinge right there. It's just that range of motion is just awesome. Now, the elbows or the arms are on, there goes that energy cannon there. The arms are on a mushroom peg here, so you have a sort of upper bicep swivel. You have 90 degrees at the elbow. You do have full rotation at the wrist, as well as the fingers do open up to hold the matrix there. So he has a lot of articulation just in his arms alone, so getting his arms out of there. And then he does have full rotation at the waist, unhindered, very smooth, just super smooth. It doesn't get hindered at all by the backpack, which is very nice. Now, these pieces are pinned on, and it has beautiful ratchet. Oh, God. Love figures that have the ratchet. So anyways, he can kick back to about that far. I think if you move the backpack up, you can get a little bit farther. Now, he does kick up about that far, so he's got the high kicks there. And then as far as outwards, he can do the full splits and then some. And then he does have upward, thigh rotation there. He does have about a little more than 90, I'd say a little more than 90 at the knee. And then he does have ankle articulation both back and forth, and a little bit at the toes as well. So a very, with a Commander class figure like this, you would expect a lot of articulation, and this guy has it. And this backpack is kind of driving me crazy. It doesn't tab in, or it tabs in but doesn't necessarily stay in. So already that's sort of one negative point against this figure, but other than that, all positive praise. Okay, let's get Brave Commander Optimus Prime all transformed into his vehicle mode. First thing we're going to do is go to the backpack, and we're just going to lift this part up right here, and then we're going to unhinge the backpack like so. And then there is a hinge right here. We're just going to kind of fold that so it's like a 90-degree angle like so. And then we're going to put the head in. At this point, you can just tuck the head away into the cavity there. And then we're going to rotate this back part here. And then here we find all the front of the vehicle mode sort of tucked away in the backpack. So first thing you want to do is just sort of get this out of the back there. Everything just sort of unfolds. And so you're going to unfold this part. And then there's another piece right in there that we're going to unfold as well. And then there are two more panels right inside of there, right there and there. And those are also going to flip out as well. And also these extend to accommodate everything in the backpack. So we're going to actually push those in. Those just going to push in on either side. Okay, and then at this point, you're going to take the waist piece and accordion it out. So there's if you look here, it's trying to get the arms out of the way. If you look here, there's another hinge right there. So this is going to pull off like that, and it's going to accordion out like that. So that'll give you some sort of room to work with. Now at this point, you're going to just take the arms. Now, much like the deluxe class figure, the arms sort of pull down like this. And on the other side, they kind of pull down. And you want to make sure those go all the way down. And then kind of put them back like that. So you have some room to work with. Oh, his head popped up. And then now at this point, you should have the the cap part, the housing here will fully cover the part of the front of the robot mode chest. So basically what you want to do is just take that, and then you want to make sure you have enough clearance here. And then that is going to fold over the robot mode chest like so. And now this step is very important. You want to make sure everything kind of snaps in like that. Now at this point, there are two little pieces on the edge here that will flip out like that. So you want to flip this out on this side, and then you're going to flip this out on this side. And if you look really closely, there's a tiny little tab that's going to go into a slot right there. Now, if you don't have this right, this is not going to fit in. So again, I'm going to, before I do this step, I'm going to check and make sure this is all the way down. And let's see here, just making sure that piece, the cab piece, is all the way sort of tucked in there like that. Oops. Yeah, just getting that sort of waist piece out. And now, again, just checking the cab and then folding this down. And then now you can take this piece and slot it over on this side. And then you can do the same thing on this side. Just take that piece and slot it over like that. And at this point, you can take the arms, and the arms will clip in right here. There's a little tab slot connection right there for the arms. So you're just going to take the arms, tab that in like that on this side, tab that in like that on this side. Let's make sure those are all nice and tabbed in on the side there. So at this point, you can take the smokestacks and just turn them around. And then on the back here, just getting the arms out of the way, on the back here, you will see two little tabs that are going to slot into, once we turn the waist around, they're going to slot into these little holes right there. So you want to take those two tabs and you're going to slot in the, again, getting those arms out of the way, slot it into those tabs right there, and that'll secure the whole back end, and it'll give you some, actually some leeway to work with the legs. Just getting that, make sure that's tabbed in there. Okay, now we're going to turn to the underside of the, whoops. Okay, that's fine, as long as that's tabbed in. We're going to turn on to the underside of the vehicle, and then you're going to put the arms up like so. And then there is a hinge joint actually on the wrist. So the wrists are going to fold up like that to a 45-degree angle like so. And then you're going to turn the wrists in, and there's a tab connection right in the middle that these will just nicely clip into place like that. And again, making sure, I always go back and make sure like these tabs are coming off, and then making sure that's together. So at this point, we have something that looks like that. So basically the cab is all finished. Now at this point, you want to sort of spread the legs here. I'm actually gonna adjust my camera here. It's a lot easier to kind of pan down here. So for the legs, these parts will open up here on the sides. So these parts will actually fold down like so. So maybe just putting it down on the ground. Then this part will fold out too. There's actually a little tab to get your fingers in there. And then on the inside of his legs, you want to pull out the sort of the trailer hitch. So kind of get my fat fingers in there. Put those up. Again, on the other side, another part does fold out. Get my fingers in there. Okay, so once you have these tabs pulled out and these trailer hitches up, you're going to basically kind of break the leg, and then this part will come out like so. And you're going to take the leg, and then this part will come out. It's very, very stiff, so you want to just kind of break that up. And then on the inside of this part here, let's see, I can't really see it right there. There is a slot right there that's going to tab into a tab right there. So basically, you want to break his leg, put that all the way down, and that'll just sort of clip into place, making sure that's tabbed in right there. And then you want to do the same exact thing on the other side. So just take that piece out, making sure this is up, and getting that out there. And again, that will tab into the bottom of the leg, and it all just fits very nicely. And then making sure that is tabbed in right there. Now at this point, you can take the trailer hitch there and then put it together. And there are a couple of connections right here at this point. At the top of the legs, there's little tabs here that are going to go into slots right there. So again, taking that, making sure that is tabbed in there, and then that is tabbed in on that side. Again, let's double check. This sometimes comes apart. Let's just put that back in its place, making sure everything else is nice and tucked in here. That sometimes comes apart as well. Next thing you can do is, just take the trailer hitch, and then that's going to tab in like that. And then you go on the back. Again, there's a slot and a little tab right there that's going to that'll click into the legs, and that'll make everything really nice and tight. So that is a really tight connection. Last thing you want to do is just take the heel spurs, fold them up like that, and then you're just going to put the feet down like true Prime fashion. And last but not least, you want to take these parts here. These are the wheels that form the front, and you want to fold those out. Make sure you do that. Otherwise, he's not going to roll. So anyways, yeah, there you have Brave Commander Optimus Prime, all transformed into his very cool looking vehicle mode. Brave Commander Optimus Prime transforms in 34 steps to his very cool looking vehicle mode. The instructions were very clear, although there were a couple little parts that just kind of small little tabs and things that were a little bit difficult to understand, but for the most part, a very smooth transformation. I thought this guy transformed like the deluxe class figure, but yeah, there's a lot of different things going on, especially in the cab section. And I really do like how the arms fold up underneath, they peg together, and just creates a really nice clean look. So anyways, let's get into the details of this guy. He gets some nice silver paint for the front there, nice detail there, and then you get some nice gunmetal gray for the lights up top. You get some nice silver paint, breaks up all the red on the top. Again, you get some nice gunmetal gray detail on the side. His smokestacks are turned around. You get some silver to break up all the blue on the side of the truck there. Again, we saw that detail in robot mode, and you do have some you have some detail with the gunmetal gray on the back of the truck too. You get a little bit of silver highlights there on the back as well. So yeah, this guy cleans up very, very nicely. Now he does have a trailer hitch. Unfortunately, I don't have any trailers with me to kind of show it off, but I guess you could attach a trailer if you really wanted to. But yeah, overall, one thing more than the details is this thing is solid. Everything taps together. Everything's really beefy. It feels great. And yeah, you can just kind of see how everything tucks away. And there are the wheels. And that's the cool part is these little wheels, can't talk here. These little wheels actually fold out. So that does form the front wheels there. And he rolls, yeah, he rolls very nicely. So a very solid vehicle mode. And of course, you can store the Energon Axe in vehicle mode as well. So you can take any port, you can store it up here if you wanted. There's ports on the smokestacks if you wanted. You can store it there, like so. Or you can store it on the back. I think the instructions do show on the back right here. So you can store that like that. So there's weapon storage for vehicle mode. And the energy cannons do actually deploy in vehicle mode, which is very, very cool. So again, it's, works on that same gimmick as the arms did. There is the switch right there. So it is easily deployed. So you can just flip that up like that, and they do come out on both sides. So very cool. So you can have him armed up in vehicle mode as well as robot mode. And for a vehicle comparison, here we have the Cybertronian mode wheeljack next to Brave Commander Optimus Prime, just to kind of show you guys how, how big this thing is. I thought it was a good comparison because this wheeljack is actually very chunky. So he takes up most of the trailer. So he's actually, I think he scales pretty well with this guy. And actually, he can fit right on the back of the trailer. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing. And for a smaller comparison, here he is with the Deluxe Class Optimus Prime from Transformers 1. And this guy as well can pretty much just sit right on the trailer like that, so you can haul him around, I guess. Okay, that's about it for vehicle mode for Brave Commander Optimus Prime from Transformers 1. Let's get this guy transformed back into his robot mode, and we'll give him my final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts for this Transformers 1 Brave Commander Optimus Prime. Takara and Tomy really outdid themselves with this figure. It has amazing, amazing detail, really nice paint. The articulation is off the hook. It's everything that you would expect from a Commander class figure, and just that much more. So, I love the mask on, mask off gimmick. The fact that you have the energy cannons that flip out in both modes. I mean, everything about this figure is a solid 10. And if you don't have this figure, go out, run and get it right now. You will not be disappointed. So yeah, just an amazing, amazing figure. Very, very happy I picked this guy up. Anyways, this has been the video review for Takara and Tomy's Transformers 1 Brave Commander Optimus Prime. This has been Matt in Japan. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more great content. And as always, from Transformers 1, till all are one.